Hey, all right, welcome back to Raff's Brain, a show about things that are interesting to me. This is Riffin with Raff, Fitness at 50, with my grand cousin, I think we've concluded, and
Yep.
nephew. We don't know what to call him. The point is, Zachariah Lawson in the house. It's been a while, but it's been like a week and a half, maybe. Does that sound right since we've last checked in?
Yeah. Longest since we've started. Yeah.
Okay. Very exciting that the progress continues, dude. Like, so in a sense, although I'm not ready to get rid of you yet, okay,
Okay, great.
that little break, and I want to get back more into the weekly cadence because I think I've had a couple weeks of chaos between travel, life events, you know, 250 year birthday parties,
Yeah.
20-year anniversary party. It's been like 3 weeks of chaos.
Back-to-back events.
Yes. Nevertheless, although there was a little bit of plateauing, the exercise continued definitely. The diet was a little off, but it's back locked in this week. And most importantly, when I weighed myself this morning, I think it's the lowest I've been because I just kept going and it's like 216 something. So I'm down
Okay,
like 12 pounds or so since I started with you. And it's just remarkable, dude. I'm really grateful.
that's
So,
awesome.
but yeah,
How was the birthday?
it was great. Thanks for asking. It was probably a very proud moment for me. And listeners to Raph's Brain, my tens of loyal fans in this audience, are going to get a taste. I'm going to I'll submit the full audio clip from the show that I performed there. I don't know if you knew much about the birthday, Zach. Let me fill you in real quick. And it's just
Yeah.
this at this point we're riffing a little bit. We'll get into
Mhm.
the relationship to nutrition and accountability and everything. But as I was turning 50 earlier this year, I mean, I was realizing I got to do something special. I wanted to do something different and special, not just like, hey, let's go have a beer bong and puke on ourselves or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. As great as that is.
I was like, I want to do something memorable and worthwhile and meaningful and I just others list. I've always had this desire to do more sort of what's it called? We would call it not narration, but there's a word for it. Monologues, like
Okay.
TED Talk style stuff. Like I
Okay.
have something if there's something important to say through the lens of comedy as well, like lightheartedness, like what would I do? Anyway, that evolved over many months. There's a whole saga. I'm not going to bring you in on it. You will hear about it because I'm going to make all sorts of content explaining it. But the bottom line is, I had my 50th birthday party at a brewery down the street, a couple miles down the street from my house. Perfect venue on a Thursday night. Had about, maybe 50, 60 friends, family, loved ones show up. I had a funk band that played two sets. They opened and then I did my show and then they closed and we just had a great time. And, I'm very grateful to be alive. I'm feeling very motivated, creatively energized. And it's interesting. All these stars are aligning. The idea of like 2 months ago, starting to get a little bit more in shape
Mhm.
it's all part of this broader transformation. And I don't want to exaggerate it. I'm still the same person, but my mindset is shifting in a positive way. And I don't know exactly what accounts for these things. And it's probably happened in points in my life previously. This isn't, by the way,
Yeah.
you're not like a psychologist, right? You're a psychiatrist.
Not quite. But I do think that like even what you're describing is like partially, habits that you form that have changed just like your day to day,
Yeah.
which is going to make you feel differently, both, about how you're living and about yourself.
Yeah, I want to be very honest with you, dude. I don't, and I've yet to fully enjoy it. I recognize it as a necessary thing. I need to be in a certain level of physical fitness. I need to pay attention to what I eat, and actually, it has long-term impacts on my existence. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't love it. I'm not someone who is yet like jumping out of bed to go work out. Like, oh man, this makes me feel great. I love the act of working out. I don't know that
Yeah.
I do. The walking, the rucking, that's starting to pick. It's starting to bring pleasure to me in a weird way. But I just want to tell you, like my whole life, I'm not someone who likes to do exercise. Even when I was on a sports teams and in school, I didn't like the practices and running laps and all those stuff. Like I'm just not a weight room. It's like that's not my personality. So this has been a real interesting commitment to incremental and steady, like 10,000 steps every day. I'm either doing hot yoga or I'm doing one of the routines that you've assigned me and push-ups and sit-ups and other abs. I mean, so it's weird, but it is definitely becoming part of my identity. I think it's good. I think it's healthy. Where am I going with all this? I don't know, but I
Well, I think
appreciate
like
we're
I
doing it.
don't really, there's many days even today really I can't say that I really love the gym or I'm passionate about working out. You know, I have many days like that, probably more than the opposite. But I really don't like the way I feel when I don't work out.
Yeah.
I dislike that more. I dislike it enough that it gets me to work out. Like just like so I know I don't feel that way of like, I haven't exercised in like a week or something. Why do I feel like this?
You
You
know
know,
what
sometimes it can be just the after effect that I like am drawn to more so than the actual act.
is you're right about that. It's very difficult, I find, to get in a mindset of remembering that, right? So it's like
Yeah.
some people are very good about it. I have friends who maybe overindulged in alcohol a couple times, and that was it because they realized I don't want to feel like that the next day. I don't like that experience. And they just maybe only did it once or twice in their life.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people, and I'm better. I'm not crazy, but it's
Yeah.
like I have many times in my, 20s and 30s and 40s, even a little, where I'd like wake up on a Sunday after a long night out on a weekend, like, oh man, why did I do that? Why did I go out? Why did I drink this extra beer? It's gonna ruin my day. And I was very resentful and frustrated. But you get better, you recover, and then okay, I'm ready to party.
Yeah.
You don't learn your
Yeah.
lesson. You don't learn your lesson, right? So I'm starting to learn my lesson as it relates to food.
So this is the same concept.
It's
Yeah.
the
It's just
same
kind of the
concept.
opposite.
Same
Yeah. But
concept.
I felt the same way. It's probably because I was so extreme with both fitness and drinking that I understood that if I pushed it really hard with my fitness, I had a great like after effect. And then also in the same context, I went really hard with the partying too.
Yes.
So I felt the huge negative consequences of it too, where I was just like, yeah, I literally can't handle it anymore. As much fun as it was like in the moment versus the
Yes.
opposite, where it's like as miserable as I might be in that moment, I know that the after effect, like the thought the next day of like, well, I did push it really hard yesterday, or I did get my steps in, or I did hit my,
Yeah.
my macros, whatever the
For,
case may be.
for weight, for me, it's like it's such a long, I'm starting to really appreciate the long-term nature of everything. It's not that one meal was going to make you 50 pounds overweight, It took years for me to become unhealthy in that way. And I have still many months of this progress to get down to where I want to go, but it's going to happen. I mean, in fact, I was on a walk last night listening to some of our older episodes just because it helps inspire me. And you're
Hmm.
saying like, this is a process, it's a formula, right? I mean, it's not
Yeah.
that hard in a sense. Like, it's not rocket science. It's
Yeah.
cut your calories, get your steps in. You're probably going to see continued progress. It's like, it's not,
Yeah.
so,
And
you know,
similar to the drinking and nutrition, like
yeah,
you have to push it to the back of your mind for a very long time to get to this point where you're finally like, okay, now it's so like at the forefront of my mind, like I can't avoid it any longer.
yeah.
And then you just have to allow it to like kind of just be there so that you do make some sort of change, right?
Last night, for instance, it's there. I was hungry, dude. Like something happened. It's a long story. Like yesterday was weird. I didn't eat much of the day. Then I had just a light dinner. It was weird. And then probably like 9 o'clock, my body. I'm not really that starving. I mean, you imagine you're starving. Oh, I need to eat. No, I didn't, right?
Yeah.
But I'm really close to a KFC, and I was like car keys in hand, ready to go out the door. I need a couple like chicken wings, whatever, I need mashed potatoes. I need to like just crush on a
Yeah.
three-piece dinner, original or extra crispy. What are you? I'm more of an extra crispy guy. Do you like extra?
Definitely extra crispy. Yeah, definitely.
I could taste it. Right now, as I'm talking to you right now, I was like, that would really, really good. But
Yeah.
I went to the, bathroom and kind of splashed some water on my face. It's like a psychological game, dude. I look in the
Yeah,
mirror,
you're like,
I
I'm
was like,
screaming.
I don't need that. You do not need this, dude. You do not need
Yeah.
this. Time out. You are better than this. Like, just relax. And you're going to feel so much better in the morning when you don't do this. I also, somehow I pulled it together. I think I may have had like one of the protein bars or something just to like
It's
help me
totally
chew
fine.
over,
Yeah. I always do that. Yeah. Something to curb the appetite. Yeah.
And but I feel great about it today. And
That's awesome.
historically, I would have always gone to do that. I mean, I'm literally like fast food was my, I don't know, that was just like a common thing. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go get some tacos. What are you doing? What are you doing?
And
So
it's kind of
anyway,
like, you know,
it's funny,
like
man.
it's kind of like fast food in a way is also like a drug,
Oh my
right?
gosh, it is addictive. It's hard to break,
Super
bro.
addictive. Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it's built to be that way,
I
you
know.
know. So the longer you can resist without it, the more you're gonna be less and less drawn to it. It's
Yeah.
almost like, I don't know if you ever smoked, but I used to smoke cigarettes for a long
No.
time.
I never got into that. I just never, I understand it. I've smoked a few just to try to impress people or whatever, but I never really liked it. But I understand if I was addicted to it, it would be really hard to break. Like, dude, oh my
Similar to
God.
fast food. It's exactly like fast food, but usually fast food is more of like a convenience,
Yeah.
ease, especially like it's only really been known for the past like or common knowledge for the past maybe 5, 10 years or so that how bad it is for you, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like if you're, habitual with it and then trying to cut it off, it's going to be the same thing where it's just like had you never had it at all, you'd be like, yeah, of course it's bad for you. I wouldn't do that, right?
What I
And
have
then
to
just
do is get habitual
addictive.
with good things, like basically find new habits that are substituting and you get addicted to that. And I've kind of
Yeah.
done that at work. I go to like two or three places now. I'm on locked speed dial and they're very healthy. It's like Chopped is a salad place.
Really good.
Kava is a kind of Mediterranean,
Mediterranean, yeah. I've had kava.
and it's I mean, I look at the macros or whatever, it's all good. If it's a
Yeah.
lunch bowl and you don't go crazy and you don't get all the extra pitas and stuff, like 700, 650 calories. I mean, that's a good lunch right there.
Yeah.
Protein, steak or chicken is in there. It's like I'm like in the VIP exclusive club for these things now. It's amazing. Now, it costs money, but I'm like, hey, what's your health worth? And in a sense, I'm at an age where I can afford it and I don't stress over it as much.
Yeah.
Um, and then I had sensible dinner and it's good. And I don't eat breakfast anymore. It's awesome. So I feel like this is really, it's making sense. It's working. Exercise is good.
It's
Uh,
also like if it's like you're eating out of boredom too, because sometimes it's kind of like, oh, maybe I haven't left the house today, or
yeah.
you get home from work and you've been home for a while and you're like, I just want to go somewhere to KFC or whatever. If you're really feeling that boredom, go somewhere, but go somewhere healthy instead, so you can do something that's going to be, satiate that boredom without having to satiate like the bad side of it. So going to like the Mediterranean grill instead and getting whatever you want instead of going to KFC, much better option, you
Yeah.
know,
It's such a
when you
game,
talk about.
it's such a mind game. And even during the parties, here's something noticed as well. You mentioned this to me too. Whenever I do indulge with food now, if I do, and it's actually not as much as it used to be by any stretch. At the party, I had a lot of chips and stuff because it was just stuff out. But I
Mm.
don't feel very good the next day. Like the morning, like I
Yeah.
know that I've had unhealthy foods. Like, this is interesting. So
Yeah.
now it's like my incentives to do it are a little less, a little lower because I know it's not going to help me out. It's going to taste great. It's going to be a little buzz for a short period here, and I can do it every once in a while. But
It's like
um,
you can't unsee it. You're kind of like,
yeah,
okay, now I feel the difference now that I've had to sit down and think about it or
yes.
deal with it. And then you're like, all right, now it's not so satisfying.
So we have one more Temptation Island coming up, and actually, there's two. Actually, there's always going to be something. I can like forecast these things.
Of
The
course.
reason the recent 3 weeks were extraordinarily unusual, but the normal ones are coming up. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. They're spaced out enough where I think I can pull it off and basically
Yeah.
lock in and then have a couple days of vacation or whatever. But for Halloween, this is a tough one for me. I love sugar. I don't know if I don't like chocolate so much. I just like candy. I like gummy bears. I like candy cigarettes, Pez candy, Necco wafers, and I eat a ton of it whenever it's available and abundant, which I ordered a bunch because I give out at my house. And
Uh,
it's sitting in my room, and I'm like, oh, don't open it, dude. Don't open.
yeah.
So I have a few more days. If I get through that, that'll be out the door. Get it out of my house. I'll be okay. Then I'm good until Thanksgiving. Although, actually, we're going to go back to Pittsburgh for a weekend in November. That'll be a bit of a little party time. But here's the thing: as long as it's sporadic, once every 2 weeks or so, I'll be a little more loose for a day or two. Otherwise, my diet is pretty good, and I think I'll see this continued progress. Like you said, it's a formula. Mostly, you're gonna you're gonna make it, and so
Yeah. I mean, you
it's
also like
yeah,
what you kind of like listed was like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and in like the next 2 months, that's only 3 days.
not bad. That's not
So
bad.
like on those 3 days, if you want to indulge, then yeah, so be it. Like that's also why we kind of set aside like a Sunday every day of the week. It's because it's like you can't do it 24/7, 365. You're gonna burn out. So like
Yeah,
if you want to have your KFC on Sunday, like so be it. At least make it like a time where you reserve it for that day. And then often what happens is you're like you might be on Thursday, like I really want that KFC, and then you're like, I'll wait till Sunday. And then it gets to Sunday and your cravings aren't so strong.
yeah,
Just so happens that day, and you're like, now I don't really need it. I guess I can wait till next Sunday.
yeah,
Or if I get another craving, you can save it for another day, you
yeah.
know?
That's smart, dude. Like rack it up, like have
Yeah,
those
yeah,
days, and and it's also about timing. I think there's, I think this is just something I kind of invented mentally. Probably after 7 o'clock, but more like definitely after 8 o'clock. I just started telling myself, you really don't need to consume energy right now because you're going to go to bed. Like just
yeah,
don't really eat after 7:30, 8 o'clock. And even though I get hungry at 9 or 10, I'm watching TV. It's like there's no point. It's absolutely complete habitual, like, uh, pleasure.
yeah.
It's not for anything you need. So that's
And
been
like
a
you
good thing
said,
to cut out.
the timing's everything. So like even when it comes to candy, like the head trainer at the gym I work at,
Yeah.
he's like 200 pounds shredded, and every single workout he eats candy. Every single workout. I kid you not. He walks around with like pocket candy. Usually
Wow.
Smarties is his favorite.
Waters are
He has a
good.
few others, but it's because it's like think it's a combination of like either dextrose or glucose, one of these sugars that's really easy for your body to metabolize. So eating
Right.
it mid-workout, it just converts instantly to energy. And as long as you're burning it right then and there, no harm, no foul. So like
Wow.
if you want to even like say like, hey, I'll bring a candy like on my walk or
Right.
something
Right.
and just like have it as I'm doing my walk and just maybe even hit a little bit extra steps or treat it as like an energy source. Like, what do I need to do for this to be worth it? That's a little bit different. I've done the same. It's kind of like somebody having like either a Gatorade or a fruit juice mid-workout. That's why Gatorade works so well for athletes because it gives you that extra bit of carbohydrates instant.
Yeah.
So there's a time and a place too. It's timing.
Okay. Well, it's good. And then I'm getting really strong at work. There's a work culture of leftovers and stuff out where people just graze and grab. And I've been very good. Like, I just don't need to do that. And so I've kind of created rules about my behaviors. And I maybe on occasion, I haven't done it really since we started this, but
Yeah.
it used to be super tempting and now it's not even tempting. It's like I have complete control of
Yeah.
history at the moment. I know that'll probably go off the rails at some point, but at least for now, I feel like I'm still locked in and heading the right direction, a little plateau. But and then separately, something else I want to mention before we wrap up here. Just I want to plant a seed because I have this idea. As I was listening to some of our older episodes last night and working as I was walking, um, I mentioned something. I was like, oh, I should follow up on that. I think what I could do is take the transcripts from our conversations in a few more months when we have like this body of work.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you use AI. Are you an AI guy? Do you use
I like
ChatGPT?
AI.
Holy moly, this stuff is mind blowing insane. And
It is.
I'm gonna take all the transcripts from our episodes
Okay.
and I'm gonna ask it to like like prepare some insights. Like what are the key lessons and takeaways that Zach has been delivering and that I'm acting on? And kind of like if you had to create the Zach attack method. I'm not saying that's what it's called, but there has to be something there. It has
Yeah.
to be clever.
Yeah.
Lawson's rules, the laws of Lawson or whatever. It's like there's different ways you could go about this. What would that be? I think we'll get some interesting insights. It'll give us, and then also like please pull out the catchphrases. He's been saying them all the time, and then like I'll give that to you, and maybe it's gets you thinking about how you could have a PDF that you sell for 99 cents. I don't know, I'm making that up.
Great idea. No, it is a great, I mean,
Yeah,
it's also, I think if you were to put in all that information and just ask it, like, if I continue with this, where will I be in like a
yeah,
month, 3 months, six
right.
months?
Yeah,
Get some insight there too, because it's kind of like, as you see, it was kind of like not so much just like pure intensity or like raw effort that you had to put in. It was kind of just more like small, consistent habits that you built that
Yeah,
you've been able to maintain. You're like, I don't know when I'm going to fall off with it. It's like, well, it's kind of like you're aware of it now. So there's no
yeah.
reason to really fall off with it. It's just kind of like you just kind of know something you just didn't before.
There's no going back, man. There's no.
Yeah, it's kind of like you can't really unknow it because you're like, well, I know exactly what I have to do now to, continue losing weight, or, I know the formula, like we kind of talked about, that works becomes more clear. And you're kind of like, I kind of know, like, can't skip this today because that
Right,
could roll over the next day. Let me just get it over with. Today might be
right.
hard, but tomorrow's easier, so on and so forth.
Yeah. I used to give a hard time, and I still will, to the yogi instructors that when, the first thing they say in classes, you've already accomplished the hardest part. Yeah, I always am like, that's not true. You're just lying to me. But in a
Yeah,
way, they say like, it's just showing up, you're
it
here.
is true. Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
truth, there's both a lie and a truth to that. The hardest part is like the peak pose, whatever that is that day. It's impossible, it's terrible, and it hurts, but I get what they're saying. Like being there is really the challenge.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it. That's true for everything in life. Showing up, intentionality. Oh my gosh. I wish I would have known these little insights when I was younger. I probably was just,
Well, you probably also applied them in other ways, in
yeah.
order to get where you are now. It's just that you were maybe focused on other things. This just so happens to be your focal point right now.
That's a great point, Zach. Thanks, man. You give me all sorts of positive energy. Because I have done good things in my life through
Yeah.
intentionality. This was always a second or third priority. Like, oh, health and energy,
Yeah.
diet, whatever. I'll get around to it. I can drop weight. I don't care if I'm a little overweight. There's like all these sorts of excuses so I could do the other things I wanted to accomplish. But now I'm
Yeah.
like, I can fit this in too. I'm not gonna have to cut back anything else. I can do it all in a way.
100%.
Well, all right, well, this has been a good episode. I appreciate you, man. We'll keep it going another week. We'll figure out now, what am I doing? I'm traveling to West Virginia next week, but maybe next, like, let's do it. I don't know what your weekend. I like the weekends when we're able to do like a Saturday or Sunday sort of thing, if
Yeah.
that's possible. So
Yeah.
we'll text and we'll figure that out,
Okay.
and we'll keep it going. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for your time, Zach. See you next time. Riffin with Raff, Fitness at 50, Raffety,
Keep
and
pushing.
all right, see ya.